Giants where they needed to be.
Yeah, I was very impressed with defense and kind of an overmatched Menard team, but they are a veteran team. They got seniors, and they could have gave us some issues on defense, but I felt like our guys are starting to get comfortable in their spots. They're starting to see things a little bit better, and I think each week it's going to get better and better. And I was really happy with everything how it looked. Um, I think we didn't give up. We didn't give up 100 yard rush. And I think maybe they didn't have 200 total yards. Played lights out. Giants won 56-3. They improved to 2-0. Offense, I mean, they just keep rolling. They scored on every possession of the game.
Yeah, Daniel Hatcher, 8 carries, 201 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Big night for him. Cedric Wilson, 14 carries, 119 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Them two guys, they just keep stacking up the numbers. Caden Kitlin, 8 carries, 67 rushing yards, his first touchdown of the season. Ronald McGinnis, 5 carries, 22 yards. Got to see some action Friday night. Receiving, Adrian Cooper, 3 receptions, 49 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. Adrian Sharp had a reception, 29 yards. Tight end Cale Parker, 1 reception, 5 receiving yards, had his first touchdown of his career.
Yeah, first touchdown catch for Cale Parker. And, that was awesome for him.
Yeah. Defensively for the Giants, Cason Dean led the way, 6 tackles. Parker Durham had 5 assists. Hayden DeVille, 5 assists. Elijah Townsend, who we'll get to see here after a while, 4 assists, had a tackle for loss. And Bubba Stevens, we'll get to see him here in a little while. He had 2 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. And Xavier Brown, 3 stops and 1 interception in the ball game.
I feel like we've kind of talked a lot about Xavier Brown kind of being the leader of the defense, but Elijah Townsend and Bubba Stevens have kind of been under the radar, kind of become the leaders. Bubba, I think this is his 3rd year starting on the D-line. Elijah got a lot of playing time last year, and he's starting to establish himself as a starter. And but those guys have really kind of taken on that leadership role for the defense so far.
Yeah, two big, well built guys, strong kids that can anchor that defensive line, and really they've made some headway in the last couple seasons, and you just see them getting better and better each and every week, and doing a good job of getting a good push up the middle and disrupting things in the middle of the field.
I tell you, one of the biggest things I've been impressed with on offense is that they're taking care of the football. I think Deuce has 5 touchdown passes to 1 interception. Running backs haven't fumbled yet. We're not turning the ball over. And on defense, we forced a couple turnovers. Xavier got an interception last week. First week, Jonas Jenkins got the big interception. So that's the biggest thing, is to take care of the football.
Yeah, Deuce McPherson was 5 of 9, 83 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns in that game against Menard. And on the season, Deuce is completing 53% of his passes. So you're kind of where you want him to be at this time of the season. And he's doing a good job taking care of the football.
And to me, doing a good job of leading the offense from the quarterback position, distributing the ball to all his playmakers. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons, but he's getting it out there to the right people. And I do think maybe on offense, you're still seeing that it's early. A couple of times where we're wanting to get into some different formations. Some guys look confused, but that's going to get fixed with repetitions, and that'll come. And I just think as the season goes on, they get more comfortable in the offense. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, same goes with defense too. I mean, we got a chance to play a team like Menard and have a quality start on the defensive side. And like we talked about earlier, it's going to get better and better each and every week. These kids are going to start gelling together, and they're going to see more and more on the field, more repetition. It's going to become second nature. Their reads and seeing the motion and what their strength is. So, but yeah, defense is getting better and better each and every week.
And now we want to welcome in Gina Giants head coach Jay Roark. Coach,
yes, sir. How are y'all?
Good.
Doing great. You guys off to a 2-0 start. Got 2 big wins. Got a big win against Menard last week. How's it going for you?
Good. It's been a pretty good week. Just been busy trying to get everything ready for the first home game, but we've had a pretty good week of practice, and looking forward to our first home game on Friday night.
Big win. You guys took care of business, did what you were supposed to do. But defense played well. It looked like they were starting to kind of get comfortable in their roles on defense. Talk about them.
Yeah, I definitely saw the improvement that we were looking for, and it's going to take a little bit each week. With, so many freshmen, we talk about it every week. A lot of new guys, but was very excited that played as well as we did. Still some mistakes there, but, still some mistakes on special teams and offense, and just getting better every week. And, we kind of felt like it'd be like that, and hoping to be full form by the time we get to district.
Coach, right now your offense is averaging 60 points a game. Just talk about the development of the offense and how offense is getting better each and every week.
Well, we had a head start on that just because we had so many return starters and the fact that Deuce is really so much more comfortable this year under center than he was last year this time of the season. Helps a lot, being able to complete some passes and kind of keep the defense honest, a little more honest anyway. And, of course, when you got two running backs like we have and Sed and Daniel, it goes a long way, and the guys up front doing a great job for them so far. And just a few little things clean up here and there, and I really like where we're at.
Penalties the other night, I think there was 20 total penalties in the game. I think we had 12, they had 8 for a lot of penalty yards. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, a lot of that was us responding poorly to some things that were going on, and a lot of that was just pre-snap penalties that shouldn't happen. But all things that we learned from, I hope. Definitely a teachable moment for the kids, and I don't expect that to happen again. Hopefully we grew up a lot from that.
I just want to clear up one thing because we could tell there might have been a little bit of anger towards it, but the kicks on special teams when we were up by a lot, and they look like they were onside kicks. Just kind of clear that up on if that's a called onside kick or if he just missed it when he went to go kick it.
It definitely was not an intentional onside kick. Anybody that knows me, knows our program, knows that. And I talked with some people over there that understand that, and they know that we would never intentionally try to run the score up, and that doesn't make us better. Just miss the ball, and that happens early in the year. You don't get a ton of reps in practice of kicking the ball. But that's something that we got to get better at too. But no, we never would have done that intentionally.
Finally, we're back at home. We got the home opener against St. Fred this week. Just kind of talk about St. Fred this year.
Well, it's a lot of changes, a lot of new faces on the team, and they got a new head coach for the second year in a row. And Coach Osborne is coming over from West Monroe, been there for a long time, and has done a really good job as an assistant coach over there, and he's doing a great job of installing that West Monroe idea. They've gotten better each week, going from scrimmage and through week 2. Quarterback runs it pretty well, and it's one of those deals where you're going to have to do your job defensively, play your assignment. If you're the dive defender and you try to do somebody else's job, and that dive's going to pop for a big play, so they're going to have to be really disciplined. If not, they could catch us with a big play.
This was the game last year where they held us to 49 total rushing yards, where we really struggled running the ball against them.
Yeah, we struggled in a lot of areas offensively last year. We played as poor as we could have. That was a game where I was hoping we'd grow up a lot from that. We made a lot of mistakes and didn't handle our emotions very well. I don't expect that this year. I feel like we're a lot better offensively in a lot of different areas. But it's one of those games where we're going to have to play clean football and not turn the ball over, because that's the game we should have won. 9 times out of 10, we should have won that football game and just did not play very well. There are some things that we could have done differently as a coaching staff that could have helped that as too. But the biggest thing is just making mistakes that I don't think we'll make this year.
Coach, first home game of the 2025 season. Talk a little bit about the improvements, some of the improvements made to Guy Campbell Memorial Stadium in the offseason.
Man, it's unreal. If you've been following Gina for a long time and you've seen what the stadium looked like just a couple of years ago, first of all, Coach Russell Dorton has just poured his heart and soul into making that place something that everyone can be proud of. And there's a ton of donors that have been involved in that, with Ace Hardware's played a big role in that. CLB's played a big role in that. And I'm probably forgetting somebody, and I hate to do that, but I'm just kind of caught me off guard with a question. But then the brick pillars in the end zone that everyone will see tonight, a lot of people will see for the first time. Individual families or individuals paid for those columns. They bought plaques. Their name will be there forever. They donated a certain amount of money for that, and that paid for all the cost and labor. And it just looks really, really good, and it's something that Gina can be proud of when her visiting teams and visiting fans come in. I think everybody's going to be very pleased with the outcome.
Well, we appreciate you joining us this week, and good luck Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks.
That was Gina Giants head coach. His busy week to join us, and it's I've always kind of thought it's easier to go on the road as a coach because you get to just go and play the game somewhere else. When it's at home, there's a lot of stuff you got to get ready on Friday night and on Friday during the day.
Yeah, you got to make sure everything's in order at the stadium. You got to make sure the grass is mowed. You got to make sure the field's painted. There's a lot goes into it.
Everything's put out on the field, and you just got to get it all ready.
Tickets, all that kind of stuff.
A lot goes into a game.
And I mean, not only is it, Coach Roark, he's the head coach, but he's also the athletic director. So there's a lot of moving parts there to take care of on a weekly basis.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a break right here. When we come back, we'll have our senior interviews here for the night. Listen to the walkthrough 1.7 KJNA.
Oil Company salutes the young men and women who put in long hours in search for athletic supremacy. Justice Oil has been a long supporter of high school athletes in LaSalle Parish, as well as the Tigers of LSU. Take the time to show your appreciation by attending sporting events to root on your teams. Student athletes appreciate the time you take to attend their events. Wishing you the best in the future, on and off the field, from Justice Oil Company.
Louisiana is strong. It's hard work and determination. It's never giving up. It's being there for family, friends, and neighbors because you gave them your word. It's celebrating life's good times and standing tall when times are tough. You call this great state home, and so do we. We're headquartered here with a presence in every parish to better serve you. We're Louisiana's insurance company, Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Looking for a bank that truly understands the communities they serve? CLB, the community bank, has you covered. They offer a wide range of services from top-tier interest rates on checking accounts and CDs to the latest in online, digital, and mobile banking. What makes CLB the community bank the go-to choice for all your banking needs is the convenience of managing finances from anywhere, anytime. Visit their website or one of 7 branches today. CLB, the community bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Looking for a place to connect and grow? Join us at Eastview Baptist Church, where everyone is welcome. Tune in here to listen to worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30, or come join us in person for Sunday school at 9:45. Eastview, where we seek the kingdom first.
Here's under center. Austin Wiley here along with Brant King. That was our call of the week, but it looks like they didn't get updated. That was calls of the week from last week. So if you did not hear the calls of the week, they're on our Facebook page. You can go on there and see them there. But we have all the calls of the week from this week.
Yeah, always on Facebook, TikTok, and now we're on YouTube.
Yeah, and on Instagram.
Yeah, so now you have a smart TV. You can watch us on the big screen at home.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, I think we're making our debut on YouTube tonight. Yeah. But now we want to welcome in our senior interview, our senior guys for this week, Bubba Stevens and Elijah Townsend, both senior defensive linemen who had big games against Menard. Got some a lot of tackles there and played well. And, guys, welcome in. You guys got the win. Only gave up 3 points. Kind of talk about last week's game. Compared to maybe the first week against Mangum, did it feel like everything was kind of slowing down? It was getting easier. Y'all are more comfortable. Just kind of talk about how y'all are getting better each week.
Well, week 1, Mangum, a lot of new starters we had, a lot of nerves, a lot of first game jitters. And then Menard, everything kind of had slowed down for us, and we kind of understood what each one of us needed to do to make the team go on.
Bubba, am I right? This is your 3rd year starting?
sir, it is.
Kind of talk about that. As Elijah mentioned, there's a lot of new starters, but you're a guy who has been a starter, and you kind of know what it takes to play on Friday nights. Kind of talk about your role this summer, maybe during off season, during workouts, when you're having defensive meetings. Did you feel like you had to say, hey guys, I'm going to be the leader, or maybe you just kind of took it upon yourself to be the leader of this defense to kind of show guys like, hey, this is how it's going to be. This is how hard we have to work. We're going to have to do it like this.
I have very recently started to be more active with everybody. I'm trying to bring everyone in more so we act more like a family than just a team of people that are just coming together for one thing. Because if we all respect each other and the coaches and listen to each other and know what each other are supposed to do and trust each other, we can all work together better as a team. And I've been taking a better role in that, I feel, as opposed to when I first started. So when I first started, I was the new guy for all the starters. I was just there. I really didn't know none of them that well. And I tried to be more open with our defense now because there are newer people who've never started before.
So go ahead, Brant.
Go ahead. Take us through a week as far as practice and playing on the defensive side of the ball and the meetings and what you guys do in the classroom and watching on the TV, watching film each and every week and translating to the practice field, to the game field on a Friday night. Kind of take us through a week of preparation on the defensive side.
So for defense, what we mostly do is we do a lot of film. We watch a lot of film. On Mondays, our Coach Fairclough and Coach Harrison work together to make our packets, and they're between 8 to 11 pages of plays from the other team that Coach Fairclough himself went through, watched all of it, made all of them. He hands them to us. We watch film, and we go and practice. We go over the basics of the team we're going to play. We go over our basics of what we're supposed to do. And then moving to the next day, we watch more film with the coach because he really hammers home. Coach Fairclough, he really hammers home watching a lot of film, getting to know the team as well as you know your team. Because if you know them and you know what they're going to do, you can predict it, you can play better. You can play more confident so you're not questioning yourself and you can trust your teammates more. And that's the ultimate goal that we're trying to do each week. We're trying to build trust between each other, to trust the other person to do their job on what they're supposed to do. Because if we all come together and do our jobs perfectly well, we can beat any team out there.
Elijah, talk about how much you watch film just at home, like on your own, not with a team, just on your own. How much do you watch film?
At home, I go home after our football practices, and I go home, I do all my stuff, and then I start watching film. I probably watch film from 8 to 10 at night, just watching what my person does, watching how they line up, and if there's any keys I can watch to see if they're pulling or if they're down blocking or anything like that.
Bubba, you talked about wanting to be more open as that leader. Was that something that you just felt like you needed to do, or did a coach say, hey, Bubba, we need you to step up and be the leader of the defense? Or was that something you just kind of took upon yourself to be that guy?
I will say Coach Roark did say that to a lot of us seniors that we need to take more of a leadership role. But even before then, I did feel like I needed to do it. I needed to take a leadership role because we had a bunch of people that have never really played as starters. And I feel like as the oldest and the longest starter, I should be there to help them and to guide them into becoming better players and better people, as the coaches have done with me.
Bubba, do you remember being in junior high as a sixth grader coming through with us? Well, when you were a sixth grader, did you ever think you'd be the leader of the team as a senior?
I never did. I never thought I would stick with it this long back then.
You felt like then you would have eventually gave up on it?
I do think so because it was a lot. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of time that you have to put into it, and it's a lot of pain and effort. But once you push through it, you come out better.
It's worth it, isn't it?
It is definitely worth it.
Yeah, and just talk about the conditioning that you guys do in the off season and during the season, because I mean, week 1 against Mangum, a lot of them guys playing both ways, they were breathing heavy. You guys seemed like you were in pretty good shape and were able to get the job done. Just talk about the conditioning that you guys go through.
I can attribute all of our conditioning to Coach McCartney. He He runs us like there is no tomorrow. And then tomorrow he runs us even more. And he does well by us. He trains us. He gets us motivated. He gets us well. He has done the best job possible at training us to be able to play and keep playing, to never be tired in the game. Because that is our goal, is we will not be tired in the second half. We will not be tired in the fourth quarter. And even if you are, you have to fight through it, because it's all about adversity. You have to overcome the adversity of being tired.
Elijah, I remember you in junior high. You were kind of like a linebacker. You were our tight end. And to this day, you made a catch, I think it was against Block, that I still don't know how you held onto the ball and you scored the touchdown. Do you remember that catch where it was, I don't know how you held on to it. Somehow I think you might have pinned it against your leg, but you, seeing you in high school as a junior and a senior, you have really filled out. You've gotten bigger. Talk about how much stronger you've gotten since those days of being a tight end, kind of a linebacker, to now you're one of those linemen that you're having to really go up against the big guys. Just talk about how much stronger you've gotten from those days.
Well, my freshman year, I came in. I didn't work out with the junior high because I went to fellowship, so I didn't have none of the strength and conditioning they had their all-season year. So I come up ninth grade year. I think my max bench was 135 and max squat was 315. And as of a few months ago, max bench is at 275 and max squat was 455. So Coach McCartney's done a tremendous job at strengthening us and showing us the right way to do stuff and not break stuff.
Let me think. What do you guys, you both can answer this. What do you plan on doing when you graduate?
I want to go and play college ball is what I want to do.
When I graduate, I do want to do more stuff with powerlifting, but I think once I've graduated, I think I'm done with football, just because I've really enjoyed it and I feel like it's made me a better person. But I don't think I enjoy it enough to where I want to go play it for the rest of my life.
Bubba, are you wanting to do powerlifting in college? Or yes, okay.
Well, guys, finally we're back at home in Guy Campbell Memorial Stadium this Friday night. It feels really good after being on the road for the last several weeks. Just kind of talk about what a Friday night in Guy Campbell Memorial Stadium means to you guys.
A Friday night at our home field for me is always exciting. I love it because nobody likes a long road trip in a bus filled with a bunch of people. It smells, it's hot. But even outside of that, it's just, I feel like you feel a lot better when you don't have to travel. Your nerves aren't as bad, and you just feel more confident because you're at a familiar place. You've been here before. You know what you're supposed to do, and it makes it easier to execute that.
This Friday we take on the St. Frederick Warriors. They're going to be traveling down from Monroe Friday night. Talk about a little bit about St. Frederick and what you've seen on film.
On film, they are good. I will not deny that. They are good, and they could beat us. They genuinely could. I 100% believe that. But I know for a fact that if we do our jobs, if we stick with it, and if we overcome the adversity that we have been taught to overcome, we will beat them.
Elijah, talk about this summer, and I guess during y'all's high school career. Yeah, we mentioned it with Coach Roar. We talked about all the improvements to the stadium. But y'all have kind of seen that go on because while y'all been in school, that's all been kind of happening. But kind of talk about as a player what that means, walking out onto the field and seeing all the improvements to the stadium. Just as a player, you're like, hey man, this looks really good. Does it fire you up when you're playing?
It does. It creates a better atmosphere, and we don't have the metal fences anymore. We have I don't know how to explain it, but then we got the grass in front of it, and we have the fence just right in front of the field house now that just got built not too long ago. It's got the
bushes and the brick,
and it's got the JG in the middle, and that it really represents what we have came from and came to, and what we're building on now.
It makes you proud to be like, hey, this is our stadium. This is what we have. Like, this is our place right here.
Yes, sir. It shows what we've worked for, and they're going to keep adding to it, and it's going to look better as years goes on.
Elijah, if you don't if somebody doesn't offer you a scholarship, would you try to walk on somewhere for football? Or
I would, but it wouldn't be the same because I try my hardest at practicing in games, and I'm working towards a scholarship. Is what I want.
Is there a certain school in mind that you kind of would like to go to?
No, sir, not really.
Just whoever wants you to come play football.
Yes, sir.
Whoever makes that phone call or knocks on the door. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Boy, you got anything else?
I'm good. You guys good? Is anything you want to say? Anything else?
I will say one thing, Bubba. We thought we were going to have to bribe you to come here. We I think Coach Roark said he may not come. He may tell me no, but you've done great. You did most of the talking, Bubba.
Job.
Did a great job.
Well, when there's very few points in my life I think I'm going to get this opportunity.
Yeah.
So at first I was hesitant to take it because I'm not a big speaker, but when given the chance, I think I'm a very good speaker.
I think you are too.
Yeah, definitely. Something you need to do more of.
I thought, Bubba, you said, for Coach Wiley and Coach King, I'm going to go do that because that's my old junior high coaches. I definitely want to go talk to them.
Of course.
That wasn't it? Huh?
Might as well be.
Yeah.
That's right.
Really appreciate you guys coming. We were really happy to get some defensive guys in here because y'all played so well against Menard, and we look to keep that going. But glad to hear from some defensive guys, and really proud of y'all. Just the growth y'all have had coming from being sixth graders to seniors now. It's always fun to watch that. But y'all done a great job, and we're proud of y'all, and can't wait to see what y'all do the rest of the season. So good luck Friday night.
Thanks, guys.
You're listening to the walkthrough on 1.7 KJNM.
Company salutes the young men and women who put in long hours and search for athletic supremacy. Justice Oil has been a long supporter of high school athletes in LaSalle Parish, as well as the Tigers of LSU. Take the time to show your appreciation by attending sporting events to root on your teams. Student athletes appreciate the time you take to attend their events. Wishing you the best in the future, on and off the field, from Justice Oil Company.
When you need an expert, you call one, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, or your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. There's one in every parish to help you protect what's important to you and your family, because protecting the people of Louisiana is what's important to us. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. Visit lafarmbureau.com to find a local agent and ask for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. That's lafarmbureau.com. Make contact with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent today.
Hi, I'm Cliff Smith with CLB, the Community Bank. With 20 years of banking experience, I have seen many changes, but one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to help customers with all their financial needs. CLB, the Community Bank, is here to help you, whether it's to open an account, online banking setup, credit card application, home mortgage, consumer, or commercial loan. If you're looking for personal service with real care, come by and see us at CLB, the Community Bank, 2349 North 1st Street, Regina, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Looking for a place to connect and grow? Join us at Eastview Baptist Church, where everyone is welcome. Tune in here to listen to worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30, or come join us in person for Sunday school at 9:45 and worship at 10:45. Eastview, where first.
Welcome back into the walkthrough. Austin Wiley here along with Brant King, and we've heard from head coach Jay Roark, and we've heard from our senior players, Elijah Townsend and Bubba Stevens. Both did a great job. We're supposed to have special guest Jake Martin on. We are hoping he will call later. He is in church, but we were kind of hoping like after he got out of church, he may give us a call. So we're going to give him some time to maybe call at the end. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our thoughts on Jena and St. Fred's.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great matchup the last 3 seasons. I mean, they've got us both times at their place. Got us last year on a game-winning field goal. It was a great ball game. They held us in check pretty much the entire game. I know you talked about, I think they limited us to, 40-something rushing yards. Last year had a big kid. I forget what his name was. I think he's playing college ball this year, ain't he?
It was Sampian or Sampian, something like that.
Something like that.
Big, strong kid.
But Coach Bilderback, felt like he had something good going on after Andy Robinson left and went to Neville. Bilderback came in, and of course his wife was the ULM head basketball coach. And of course, now she got the Southern Miss job. So he went back to Mississippi to his old stomping grounds where he had a lot of success and got his old job back. Of course, it don't always line up like it happened like that, but in his case, it did. And I'm sure they're happy to have him back. But maybe, St. Fred maybe fell off a little bit. Maybe this year, still a talented team, but maybe not quite the guys they've had. They had a lot of guys transfer out to other schools over the last couple of years. I mean, talk about Parker Robinson. I mean, he was there as a freshman. Now the starting quarterback at Neville. Montrell Connor, he was there, played quarterback his freshman year at St. Fred. Came here to Gina and played that year, and now he's the starting quarterback for Washita. And
MJ Dade, the running back.
MJ Dade, he's at Washita now. So a lot of great talent that been there the last few years. They're no longer there.
Well, remember they had the quarterback last year who was pretty good. He could keep the offense going, could move a little bit. He got in trouble during the playoff week, and they had to play William Patrick at quarterback. Right. But I'm assuming he left out because he's not the same quarterback that's on the roster.
Yeah, Patrick. Remember he had missed most of the season playing baseball.
Yep.
And comes in to play towards the tail end of the year, and like I said, had to fill in at quarterback. And now, of course, he's going to play baseball at LSU. But yeah, a talented team for sure. But they're losing a lot of guys, a lot of talent that's been there for the last 3 years.
The one guy that is back that I remember from last year is their fullback, Owen O'Neill, is a senior now. He was kind of one of their big playmakers last year in the run game. But I look for him to get a heavy dose of runs and kind of be the guy there. Head coach Tony Osborne came from West Monroe for years. When head coach Jerry Arledge was at West Monroe, Tony Osborne was the defensive coordinator there. So has a lot of experience there.
A lot of
at West Monroe.
A lot of great experience at West Monroe. Playing in District 2-5A over the last several years, and just all of the tutelage he's gotten under Jerry Arledge. I mean, it's a defensive mastermind in Northeast Louisiana that was there so many years as the defense coordinator under Don Shows prior to, getting the head coaching job there at West Monroe, and all the state championships they won together with Arledge as the defensive coordinator. So, Osborne, he's going to be locked in on the defensive side. That's his focus, and he'll have them guys prepared defensively.
This will be the 10th matchup between the two teams. Gina has 3 wins. St. Fred has 6 wins. Like you say, the last couple of years, it's been a good matchup between the two teams, and look for another good matchup Friday night. Looking at their schedule, this is a team who they lost to Franklin Parish last week, lost to Loyola the week before. They're 0-2, but after us, their schedule eases up a lot. And in that district, they're one of the favorites. Yeah. They should get a lot of wins in district. So if you get this win Friday night, you're going to get some power points.
General Trask is probably going to be, a good game, and that's not until week 9. But after our game, they're like talk about they should go on a pretty good run. I feel like, and get a lot of wins there.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too. I think this week it'll be kind of like last week with Menard. You're looking for your defense to settle in and continue that good play from last week, and it is. It's a lot of I noticed a lot of different guys on the field last week that I don't know if people are getting injured or if it's just they're moving people around, and they're starting to figure out, where guys kind of fit on the defense. And it's like we're getting close to getting to that final, hey, this is the defense. Let's just roll with it and go with it.
The thing I really noticed, this past Friday, just the defense being so aggressive, not playing back on their heels, not playing scared, took good angles, and getting in the quarterback space. I mean, they were in Vaughn's space all night. I remember, talking about that a lot this past Friday night, just disrupting the passing game. When Vaughn had a few seconds to throw, he made some pretty good, decent passes. But when we applied the pressure and was in his space and he didn't have the receivers open downfield, he'd get outside that pocket and a lot of times just have to throw it away because there was nothing there.
When we talked about the offense averaging 60 points per game, I had meant to ask and I forgot, but I don't think there's ever been a time doing the stats that I've put that our offense is averaging 60 points a game. I mean, that's just incredible. And that average will come down. I mean, that's just, if you do that all year, then you're going to be one of the best offenses of all time. Yeah. But and I mean, that's just amazing.
For 2 games, I mean, Cedric Wilson, 43 carries, 444 yards after 2 games, 7 touchdowns, already averaging a little over 10 yards a carry. But Daniel Hatcher, I mean, just as good, 31 carries, 311 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 10 yards a carry as well. And the Giant offensive line doing what they need to do. Hadn't heard an update on Keelan Dean. I know he sustained an injury there earlier in the contest against Menard, so hopefully a speedy recovery for Keelan.
Yeah, that was something we should have asked for injury update just on different players because Hatcher went down there in the second half, but he came back in.
That's
but
right.
yeah, we'll have to ask that next time. It's kind of injury update on players as they go along. Anything else?
Good.
We did forget to mention as far as talking about the upgrades to the stadium, but Ike Ray and Bayou State Plants donating the shrubs there in front of that fence. And then how many is it?
I think Russell said there was 63 on the.
Well, you were saying last night. I thought you
field house side, but he's trying to figure out, what the 63 can go with. The other end is the first year that the Gina Giant program started,
which is 45 or 54.
54, I believe. Ain't that right?
1954.
Ain't that right?
I think so. What does 63 mean?
He don't know yet.
Oh,
he's trying to figure something out.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't have asked. Either way, you were saying.
I said that was my number in high school. 63.
Okay. I thought you were saying 63 like it meant something like a certain year or something.
He was trying to figure out what the 63 correlate to the history of the Gina Giant program.
I got you.
But yeah, it does look good. I mean, a lot of great upgrades, and I know Russell. We played junior high last night. I mean, he was still up there working, trying to get more fencing up on the Viston side over there. So it's still a work in progress. But he said he's trying to meet the deadline.
When Coach Roark didn't mention, but to do those brick columns, Russell was right there. With Mr. Joel Esters. Him and Mr. Joel Esters were laying those brick, and really appreciate Mr. Joel doing that, donating his time for that. But Russell was right there. That was pretty much kind of what it was. He said, if I can get you to do it, I promise you I'll help. And he helped. And this was during the summer in July.
It was hot.
When it was hot.
Seen him out there working.
It was not cool or anything. It was hot.
Yeah, they'd have tents set up out there being under the tent. But, of course, Russell, he's poured his heart and soul into the program. I mean, football and baseball field, and when he was over there on that side.
And we got him on last year. We're going to get him on again this year to talk about everything. And we'll just have to find the time for that. Just right now under the season, it's really busy. But we're definitely going to get him on. And last year we had issues with the mic. We got the mic fixed. He'll be back in to talk about everything. So we'll definitely sit him down and find out about all that. But, man, I really do. I think when people show up, and if you haven't been there and you walk into the stadium, you're just going to be like, man, this looks like a different place. But another thing, Pam Price Insurance helped out a lot with some financial assistance. So really appreciate Pam Price Insurance and Bayou State Plants there as well. So it's like Coach Roark said, there was so many people that helped out with that. You don't want to start thanking people because you're going to miss somebody, but you definitely want to, those people really stepped up. And when they didn't have to, and really appreciate them doing that as well.
And it takes that too,
Yes.
Stuff costs a lot of money this day and time, and it takes great sponsors and people who care about the program and see the program continue on and be successful like it has for the last several years now.
Real quick, we will we'll take a break right here. When we come back, we'll have our try to have our special guest Jake Martin. You'll see the walkthrough on 1.7 KJNA.
Company salutes the young men and women who put in long hours in search for athletic supremacy. Justice Oil has been a long supporter of high school athletes in LaSalle Parish, as well as the Tigers of LSU. Take the time to show your appreciation by attending sporting events to root on your teams. Student athletes appreciate the time you take to attend their events. Wishing you the best in the future, on and off the field. From Justice Oil Company.
Louisiana is strong. It's hard work and determination. It's never giving up. It's being there for family, friends, and neighbors because you gave them your word. It's celebrating life's good times and standing tall when times are tough. You call this great state home, and so do we. We're headquartered here with a presence in every parish to better serve you. We're Louisiana's insurance company, Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Looking for a bank that truly understands the communities they serve? CLB, the community bank, has you covered. They offer a wide range of services from top-tier interest rates on checking accounts and CDs to the latest in online, digital, and mobile banking. What makes CLB the community bank the go-to choice for all your banking needs is the convenience of managing finances from anywhere, anytime. Visit their website or one of 7 branches today. CLB, the community bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Looking for a place to connect and grow? Join us at Eastview Baptist Church, where everyone is welcome. Tune in here to listen to worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30, or come join us in person for Sunday school at 9:45 and worship at 10:45. Eastview, where we seek the kingdom first.
Welcome back into the walkthrough. Austin Wiley here along with Brant King. And shortly we will have Jake Martin. He's working on getting called in, getting connected, and we will get to him here shortly. We're going to talk about Northeast Louisiana. Going to talk about St. Frederick. Just a great resource to have be on our show from that area. To me, he's one of the great he's a sports editor for Ouachita Citizen, but one of the great writers, reporters in the state of Louisiana. Like, if you want to know anything about high school football, you follow him, and he's going to know it. So he does a great job, and we're going to talk to him shortly. But until then, until we get him connected, get him on, to try to fill some time, we'll talk about the junior high game last night. Tioga came to town. Last few years with us, been some good games with Tioga. I felt like, when we played them, we've been playing them for a few years now, but early on, it just seemed like they would blow us out every year.
They had some good teams back in the day. Remember Carson Sellers?
Yeah.
Young quarterback for him at junior high level. He was really good then. Of course, now he's a starting quarterback for the Ash Trojans.
But it felt like, I was like, man, can we ever compete with these guys?
Yeah.
And I know, people are like, man, why do you schedule those games? It's like, it's going to make you better.
That's what you want. Yeah.
And
you always want to play the best because playing a weaker opponent is not going to set you up for success in the long run. I mean, kids got to dig down deep and find that determination to get that heart, to realize how they need to play each and every week to be the best team that they can be.
And 2 years ago, they came over here to Gina, and we beat them, I think, 20-14. Whit Wyndham got an interception return for a touchdown to win that game late in the game. It was a great game. We were down 14-0 in that game. We outscored them 20-0 in the second half. And then last night, we get down 14-0 early on. We ended up having a scoring drive. We recovered an onside kick, scored again, went up 16-14, and then we scored to make it 22-14.
Yeah.
And then they scored to tie it up, and it was 22-all. They had the ball there late, marching it down the field, and they turned it over on downs on a fourth down. But we had the ball 4 minutes left in the ball game, and I would think it was on our own, probably 40-yard line, something like that. And we marched the ball right down the field. Had 6 seconds left in the game, 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Demarion Jones scored on a touchdown run. Offensive line did great. Harrison Manuel, Cooper Sanders did a great job getting out there on blocks. And Demarion scored untouched, didn't get touched. And you think you got it. Then, with 6 seconds left, you think, all right, one play, and it's over with. Ended up having to go through 3 plays. We had kicked it off. They didn't return it. They went down. Then they ran a play where we tackled them, but they called a penalty on us, so they got one more play. Quarterback scrambled around, threw it down the field. Kid caught it. Tioga fans are going crazy. And Braylon Levins, 8th grader for us, tripped the guy up and tackled him, stopped him from scoring, and then our fans went crazy. Yeah. And we beat them 30-22. But really just proud of those guys. Really wanted to mention them tonight because I felt like they really gave it their all last night and played really hard. Was really proud of their effort last night.
Yeah, great determination. Had a great week of practice, and it carried over to the field last night. But yeah, I mean, just a great group of guys. I know the high school is in great hands for the next several years. Big offensive line that's coming up next year. One of the bigger groups that we've seen in quite some time, and you got to be super excited about that. If you're the Gina Giants, the high school But yeah, a lot of talent, and like I say, it's, high school is going to be in great hands for the next several years.
What I've been happy with and impressed with these guys is they're a very close group. They're all pretty close friends. They talk, they listen. If we say something to do something, it's not questioning us.
Yeah.
It's yes sir, and then when they get on the field, they do it because they know what they understand what we're saying, and they're out there to do it right.
They're coachable.
Yes, very very coachable, and in the locker room, I mean they're very close. It really shows that. And when you're close, you'll do anything for each other out on the field. So they play hard for each other. And when you talk about goals and for the team, they really do. They think about the team. They're not thinking about just for themselves. And that is the goal in the end, is they want to succeed for everybody. And they want to have a great year because they want to do well and have their names mentioned as one of the better teams to come from the junior high. And we want to welcome in. We got our special guest now, Mr. Jake Martin. Jake, you there? Been going?
Good, brother. Good. Just got home with the kids out of church, and I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting so long, but happy to be on.
Hey, we would have waited all night. We really appreciate you joining us, and really appreciate you sticking with it and calling in, because you're one of our favorite guests. We know that you know a lot about the Northeast Louisiana area, so that's why we always want to have you on, and we want to find out some things about that area.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I'll give you my best try about that.
Well, let's start off with District 25A. I think that they haven't lost a game in that district, right? Is everybody undefeated in that district?
Yeah, well, it's Pineville. I haven't checked on Pineville.
Pineville, I think, is 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't thought of it that way, but yeah, I would say it's as advertised. We thought going into it they would be as good, if not better, than last year. Which again, that's a mouthful when you're talking about two teams that played for state championships last year between Ruston and Ash, and obviously Neville was a crazy special teams away from playing in a state championship as well. So, yeah, we thought, man, this could be even better than last year. And I think so far, so good. I mean, Ruston's firing on all cylinders out of the gate, which I don't know if anybody really predicted that, considering all the players that we lost. And, you look at Neville, obviously they've had some injuries on the offensive line, and Parker Robinson sat out the first half. But, I mean, I kind of picked them along with Ash. I kind of thought those two teams would be favorites. And, West Monroe is still West Monroe. I think West Monroe is going to catch a lot of people off guard. They got an opportunity to prove a lot to a lot of people in the state this week against North DeSoto and then Catholic next week. So, obviously they're going to be down a couple of great players in Luke Ballard and Trez Davis. But, I still think a lot of West Monroe. And then Ouachita, I think, has been the really fun story. We really hope that this would be their year, right? This is the senior class that is just so talented. I mean, you talk about talent, you talk about Dylan Berryman, Montrell Connor, MJ Day, Waddell Clark. I mean, these are fantastic football players, and so far so good. I mean, they've been as advertised. And that's not even mentioning Ash, who, I mean, goodness gracious, you look at what Ash has done so far. What they did to Union last week, it's not too many teams that have done that to Union before. So, yeah, I would say it's as advertised.
Well, Jake, let's talk a little bit about Division III non-select area teams up that way. Sterlington, Union Parish, Oak Grove. Of course, Union Parish, they play the tough schedule to start out the season, but we always know that Coach Spatafora has them guys ready to play when district ramps up.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at Union because they have played, and they're going to play another tough team in Airline this week. But like I just mentioned, going up against Ash and North DeSoto as well. I don't know how much to read into it. I don't know. We all, like you mentioned, I think Union's one of those teams. I put Sterlington in the same basket. I put Oak Grove in the same basket. Like, if you're going to play those teams, you want to play them early. You don't want to play them late. Heck, I mean, y'all know in your own backyard, Gina might be one of those teams too. I think teams would rather play Gina early than play Gina late because, Gina's just going to get better. So, yeah, I think Union's kind of in that same ballpark. Like, if you're selling your Union stock, that's fine. I'll buy it up because I believe, Spat will figure it out. And by the end of the year, I don't care what the record is. When they get into the playoffs, whoever they're facing off against, I guarantee you, they're looking at the bracket and they're going, please don't let there be Union on the other side of this, because that's just the kind of team that they are.
Yeah, Union Parish is the team that I keep saying, when are they going to have to rebuild? Like, how do they keep reloading every year? They lose Trey Holly, and then the next year they win a state championship. How does Spat do that, you know?
Yeah, it's something in the water, right? You know, but I think it really goes back to just the style of play. You know, I think Sterlington's very similar too. I think again, Gina's y'all know this very well as well. Like, I mean, you know, y'all have had some fantastic years there, and I think when you lose some star players, it's like, okay, well what's next for Gina? And here comes some other ones. I think it's just about establishing a program. And by the way, we're talking about teams with Gina, with Sterlington, with Union, who have a lot of stability and have the same head coaches, right? You see a lot of instability across the state, and there's a reason why you see that fluctuation. But these coaches get in there, they build a program, not just a team, they build a program, and I think that's the difference. And Union is one of those teams. I mean, again, you could have reacted to it differently last year too, looking at what Union did early on and the struggles. But again, by the end of the season, they're a formidable opponent. They're a team that you're looking at going, this team could win a state championship. So, yeah, I don't know if this year will be any different. I'm kind of reserving my judgment until week 6, week 7, as far as Union goes.
The common thing for all those teams, they all run the ball, as Georgia Tech head coach Brent Key would say. We got St. Frederick this week coming in under new leadership this year. Kind of talk about the Warriors and what we expect to see Friday night.
Yeah, look, I think they're a gritty bunch. You know, I think people could look at the box scores and go, dang, you know, St. Frederick's really down. And I've had a few people ask me that, like, what's wrong with St. Fred? Are they really down? Well, first of all, they're playing good people, you know, and they're going to see a good Gina team again this week. I don't think it's weird because their non-district schedule is loaded, but their district schedule is pretty weak. It's just kind of the way that the things have shaped up for Tony Osborne in his first year. But, you know, they still got good players. You know, Owen O'Neill is a good player. He was actually the district 2-1A MVP last year, right? And he's back. He's a two-way player. Daryl Cooper's back. He's a two-way player. I think they're trying to figure out things, you know, offensively at the quarterback position. They're having some growing pains there a little bit. But, you know, last week against Franklin Parish, the box score looks bad, but, you know, St. Frederick did a good job of kind of controlling the clock a bit in the first 2 quarters because it wasn't really a blowout till late second quarter, early third quarter. So, you know, and that's a Franklin Parish team that's the number 1 team in Class 4A, and, you know, they have state championship aspirations this season. So I look at St. Frederick and I go, it's not as, like, if you're just looking at the box scores, it looks really bad. They're not as bad as the box scores indicate. I think you'll watch this team Friday and you'll go, hey, that's a pretty gritty group.
Yeah, I expect Coach Osborne with that defensive background to come in with a good game plan, and it may be a slow game to start with both teams trying to run the ball, kind of like it was last year up there at St. Fred. Both teams kind of getting into the game, and then maybe second half you'll see kind of who wins out on that.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say, like, St. Fred is not as talented as they were last year. Like, they had a lot more team speed. And I don't think William Patrick played in that game last year, but obviously William Patrick played the second half of the season. And they don't really have a guy like that that can change the game. But, they're still gritty. They have a pretty good offensive line. Owen O'Neill is, just a really good football player, both sides of the ball. And like I said, I think you'll see a team that refuses to give up. And, you know, the Loyola Charter game earlier this year, too, that was their first loss. I think that final was like 55-21, but they gave up a couple special team scores. So this is still T.O., who's used to Class 5A ball, and he's trying to navigate it. Okay, I'm trying to spell some of my guys. They're all playing, both ways, kind of giving them a break on special teams. And he found out week 1 of, I guess I can't really do that because you're giving up scores on special teams because you're resting your starters. So they're navigating. They're kind of making their way through it, but I do expect them to be a pretty decent ball team by the end of the year.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us tonight, and I'm sure later on in the year, it gets playoff time, we'll be giving you a call once again. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Sounds great, guys.
Thanks, Jake. Have a great night.
Y'all too.
Jake Martin, sports editor for the Ouachita Citizen and of the Morning Drive.
Morning Drive with Aaron and Jake. try to listen to it as much as I can. Always a great show with them guys early in the morning and talking high school football and cover all the sports in the area.
You want to keep it right here and go through the games?
Yeah, let's just keep it right here and move along.
All right, we'll go through the area games this week. Really appreciate Jake Martin joining us there. But
yeah, very, very thankful for him taking his time to join us on the walkthrough tonight.
We'll go through the area games, then we'll get to our pick 'em. Maryville is at LaSalle. LaSalle Tigers with a big win last week.
Coming off a big win over Lakeside this past Friday night. Tough Street, 24 carries, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. Braden Tannehill, 4 carries, 12 yards. Passing, Tough Street was 2 for 5, 16. Luke Lassiter, 2 for 3, 23 yards, a touchdown. Receiving, Caden Finley, 3 catches, 36 yards. Big touchdown catch in that ball game. But great performance by the LaSalle Tigers this past Friday night. Let's keep it moving.
You see the catch that kid made?
A huge catch. Been all over social media I've seen in the last week or so.
What do they call that? Odell?
Yeah.
On the playground. Odell.
Back line there.
Yeah. Get that one hand up.
Yeah.
The ball sticks to it. Mangum at Caldwell. We've seen Mangum. Caldwell's a district opponent. These two teams have met a lot last couple of years. I think Caldwell might have.
Yeah.
Did they beat them last year? They either beat them last year or the year before because I remember it surprised us.
I'm not sure last year.
Not last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, Caldwell's coming off a big win this past Friday against Winfield, 21-12. But I think Mangum's going to be a little bit too stout for Caldwell.
St. Mary's at Menard, hoping Menard can get a win to help our power rating.
Yep.
Winfield at West Washita, kind of a little rivalry there. Some of those teams always play. They've had coaches coach at both schools. That's one of our pick'em games.
West Washita coming away with their first win of the season this past Friday. But yeah, that could be a tough matchup. But we'll get to that here in a little while in our pick'em.
Tioga at Pineville. Tioga looked good against Leesville. Pineville's 2-0.
Yeah, what Tioga put up was it 50-something points against Leesville? Yeah, 56-20 this past Friday. Now that's one of our pick'em games as well.
Block at Vidalia. I feel like this will be an evenly matched game between these two teams.
I feel like Vidalia will come away with that one.
Yeah. South Beauregard at Buckeye. This was a big game last year. Remember a lot of hype around it. Both teams were 2-0 last year. I'm not sure what South Beauregard's record is, but I know they beat Buckeye pretty good last year. I don't have that on the pick 'em, but hopefully Buckeye can get to 3-0 and really help the strength of our district.
Yeah, Buckeye with a big win on the road last week at Grant, 46-13.
Bunkie out of Avoyelles. That's that Avoyelles Parish rivalry. All those teams play each other, but Bunkie, even without their star players that graduated from last year, Zion Lee, the running back, still carrying the load. Bunkie still playing well.
Still a very talented team.
Marksville at Iota. This is a pick'em game.
Yep.
Marksville had a big win against Church Point last week.
Yeah, and I made that pick, and Marksville comes away with the game. I knew, last season they were really close between, Church Point and the Iota game. They were in both of them games a year ago. But it seems like Marksville may be getting over the hump. They got a new player, wide receiver this year.
Armani
Benjamin, who played basketball at Avoyelles Charter, coming over to Marksville. I think he broke the school record for most receiving yards in a game this past Friday against Church Point. So that's a huge weapon for them now, and a lot of returning players. So Marksville playing some good football right now.
Devin Lobley set the school record for passing yards in the game, and then Benjamin set the record for receiving yards in the game. So they got a passing attack down there at Marksville. Airline at Union Parish. Kind of heard Jake Martin talk about that, mention that. Another tough opponent for Union Parish.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Airline comes away with that victory there.
Ash at Destrehan. Really, this is kind of I don't know why I didn't put this on the pick 'em, because this is really one of the bigger games in the state.
That'd be a tough one to call. I think that's got a great opportunity. I mean, it's a premier game in the state of Louisiana. I got to say, it's a huge matchup between them.
It's a long trip because you're going down to New Orleans for Ash.
Yep.
But last year, Ash really beat Destrehan bad, and Ash is good again this year. A lot of people are picking Ash in that one.
Yeah.
Neville at Holmes, Mississippi. Neville got the win last year. Yeah. Longview, Texas at Ruston. Ruston
got the win. Yeah. Ruston had that Texas swing that they played last year at the first half of the season, and came away very well with a great record. I think
they won all the games.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. North DeSoto at West Monroe. A lot of people, I think, are picking West Monroe. I can't remember if North DeSoto beat them last year or not, but I think West Monroe, they're a senior-heavy team, playing well right now. I think it's just going to be tough to go in West Monroe and get that win for Coach Dennis Dunn. Washita at Sterlington.
That's one of our pick-em games.
Prosperity at Delta Charter.
Delta Charter playing some pretty good football first couple of games of the season. I feel like Delta Charter, the Storm, come away with that victory there.
Manny at Leesville. Pick'em game.
Yeah, that's a pick'em game.
Red River at Oak Grove.
Yeah, Oak Grove, that's always a tough place to play. That's a long trip up to Oak Grove right there at the Arkansas state line. And got to say Oak Grove.
Oak Grove rebuilding, but they're always
always
tough.
going to be tough.
Yeah, Coach Gregory up there has a great program. Get to our pick'em game, man. On pick'em standings, last week I did not do well at all. I think I went 1-4, and I think you might have went 4-1 or 3-2.
3-2.
3-2. Okay, I'm 5-5 right now, and you are 7-3 on the season. We'll get into the games. Tioga at Pineville. Tioga's 1-1. Pineville 2-0. Big rivalry game there. I'm going Tioga.
Yeah, give me Tioga.
Manny at Leesville. Is Manny for real?
Yeah, that's the question. Manny is 2-0 right now after being winless a year ago. That just shows you how much the coaching staff has came in, that the kids have bought in, and they're getting to be the Manny of old. They're really close, but I don't think they're quite there yet. It's going to be a tough matchup on the road at Leesville. Leesville's still a talented team. They got beat up pretty good by Tioga a week ago. I got to go with Leesville.
Yeah, I'm going Leesville. I just think the bigger school and going on the road.
Leesville's 0-2 right now, so they're very hungry, and they're playing at home.
Marksville at Iota.
Hey, I'm rolling with Marksville right now. Give me Marksville.
Marksville got me last week. I'm going Marksville. I did not realize Benjamin was playing football. I knew he was a good basketball player. His dad, Okie Benjamin, is the new head coach at Marksville for basketball. They've won, I think, the last 2 state championships at a Vols Charter. Very good basketball coach, and Marksville's basketball team will be loaded. I did not know that he was playing football. Yeah. Now that I know that, I will pay more attention to them. Winfield at West Washita.
Got to go with West Washita.
Yeah. Yeah, if Winfield would have beat Caldwell last week, I might have thought maybe Winfield, but yeah, I think West Washita as well. Washita at Sterlington.
Washita beat up on Sterlington pretty good a year ago, and we know the talent that Washita has, and this is a great year for Washita. I got to go with Washita.
I was going to say, does our performance in the Bayou Jam sway you any? We were able to move the ball on Washita.
No, that's the Jamboree.
Yeah, I agree. Knowing that Washita beat them so bad last year, it's hard to pick against Washita, so I'm going Washita as well. So that's our pick'em games. That's our picks right there. We'll let you know next week how we did. Before we go off, I forgot to mention her last week. Not going to forget it this week. Our producer, Zoe Williams, doing a great job. When you see the graphics come on the screen, different things, that's her. She's doing that. Really appreciate her doing this every week and joining us for that. And she does a great job with that. So really appreciate Zoe Williams with Miss Savannah Hendricks' digital media class at Jena High School. So we're really glad to be partnered with them, getting some help from them. And you'll probably see some of those guys at the game Friday night, doing some different things as they're doing a lot of different things in that class. It's really cool. You go on the Jena High School Facebook page, you'll see the different videos and graphics and stuff, but they do a great job, and we're really happy that they can kind of assist us on some things as well.
Yeah, I'm thankful for our sponsors Justice Oil, COB, the Community Bank Farm Bureau, and Eastview Baptist Church, and there's still plenty of time to sponsor. If you'd like to sponsor a couple things that we have going on, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll get you on board.
Yeah, I always really appreciate our sponsors. I want to thank Coach Roart, Bubba Stevens, and Elijah Townsend for joining us, and really want to thank Jake Martin for taking time out of his busy night to join us as well. Always enjoy hearing him, and man, if you want to talk to anybody about Northeast Louisiana, he's the guy. For Brant King and Austin Wiley, remember, Friday night, 6 o'clock, you can hear the Cajun Seafood and Specialty Meats Jena Giants pregame show will go on at 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock be kickoff. It'll be the home opener, Jena against St. Frederick. So make sure you get there early, get you a good seat, and enjoy some football. For Brant King and Austin Wiley, you've been listening to the Walkthrough 1.7 KJNA. Good night, everybody.